understand obsession. You know, Seuss's obsession is just like any other obsession. It's a great personality trait. I think it leads to success.
Opening soon follows the true story of a restaurateur's vision from concept to opening night.
I cannot think food. I see all this hard material. I just can't do it.
I don't care. I want someone to feel the urgency that I feel that this has to be done by Wednesday. That's my issue.
Make no mistake about it. The urgency of the situation is very well felt by everyone.
Well, I don't feel it from anybody, actually. I changed all the boys' flights. Arranged everything. They're coming back Friday.
Good. Toronto, a relatively young city striving for a world-class reputation. Here, Chef Sussur Lee is a civic treasure.
We gotta do that soon, eh? I gotta have a meeting at 6 o'clock already. Come on, chop, chop.
His restaurant, Sussur, is an international dining destination. His cooking style, originating in Hong Kong and honed around the world, has earned him a place among the world's top 10 chefs. Sussur's food has been described as edible poetry. Every night he improvises a tasting menu, famous for its unique combinations of flavor and texture.
Tonight, okay, I have the venison, okay? The veal chicks, I'm going to do one curry style and one oxtail. It's no different than a musician, you know, playing the same notes every time, trying to perfecting it. Until we perfecting the dish, say, yes, this is what I'm looking for. Then we move on to another dish. Wow, so good.
This kind of artistry doesn't come cheap. A full meal at Sussur with wine can set a couple back $400.
Empty space, yeah, that's nice. Right here, empty space. Okay, pick up.
It's the kind of price tag that discourages more than a few diners. But now Sussur is aiming to level the playing field with Lee, located right next door to his namesake restaurant. Lee will offer a more accessible version of the Sussur experience, serving small plates in a laid-back environment.
I want to have the place that people say, hey, let's go by there for a quick bite. And you still get very, very high quality food, and you feel comfortable in the environment.
Lee is the brainchild of Sussur's wife and partner of 20 years, Brenda Bent.
Lee's restaurant is more of an attempt to capture things that Sussur does really well, but that other people could also do.
Other people, as in other chefs. Brenda sees Lee as a way to create Sussur-style food that doesn't require Sussur's constant attention.
Like pastry, you know, get a paper back.
This will be premeditated great food, as opposed to this is spontaneously great food.
Greg Gallucci, who helped design Sussur, will be collaborating with the couple again on Lee.
So then there'll be general dining in this area, access to the washrooms over there, lounge in the back, and kitchen access to the east and to the west of the lounge. This is one of the widest frontages on King Street. The fourth wall of this room is really across the street.
The challenge for Greg is that Brenda doesn't tolerate ordinary.
These booths are comfortable. Why are booths comfortable and banquets aren't comfortable? Why is that?
But she's not prepared to exceed her $700,000 budget.
Yeah, I want it to be $500,000 actually. I want everybody to be really aware that every time they say, yeah, that's just shelving you, let's do whatever we need to do, that all costs money. And
Greg wants to drape the existing brick walls with a stainless steel scrim.
They're great for straining sauces, you know.
But as a design element, the scrim is less to Sussur's liking.
Because, you know, I want this restaurant very kind of warm feeling. And you know, the brick also has a very good...
My only fear is some guy walking along the street selling photographs wants to come in and use it like a gallery to hang up his 2-cent photos.
In the end, it's Brenda's call. She likes the scrim, but isn't so sure about the cherry blossom design Greg wants to print onto it.
if you love the scrim idea so much, why don't you screen that image onto a piece of steel, because otherwise that's a huge leap of faith for us to say, yeah.
Right now, the main challenge is keeping Sussur's attention on design and away from his chef duties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a couple of minutes, Sussur?
Let me finish with the boys. Yeah.
How long are you actually able to sit with us, do you think?
I'm not sure. Let me finish. I'll be soon.
You're gonna actually sit down?
No, I can't. So much. You got the permit, sir.
Stuff here.
Just sit down.
Highlight the important things. Like, you don't have to sit through the whole thing, but
yeah.
any issues we'll review with you separately afterwards. Just to
Oh, that's pretty big.
Reader's Digest.
Okay. You know, yeah. You know what? Sorry, guys.
Welcome to our world. I understand obsession. You know, Seuss's obsession is just like any other obsession. It's a great personality trait. It's something that I really like. I think it leads to success, to be able to be obsessed about something and balance it somehow.
Brenda thinks the new restaurant might provide that balance because right now, operating Süsser is all-consuming.
If he roasted.
As much as he loves it, it's a grind. 6 days physical work, 7 days constant mental. He's always doing it in some way, you know?
Brenda is hoping that Lee's success could lead to a chain of restaurants, none of which would require Süsser's day-to-day attention.
We have options already to do it in other cities. If we do that and it works, then perhaps this restaurant will no longer be.
It's an interesting plan. The world would get more Süsser, and Süsser would get more freedom.
I'm not really creating it so that he can come and be home 6 nights a week, because it just wouldn't happen. It'd be too disruptive. We have our, our schedule. We know what we're doing, our family, and it's just I don't want him to have to work so physically hard.
Screen doors.
Worse than my kid's science
Doesn't
project.
do anything.
Worse.
Lee's opening is 3 weeks away. Wrangling over design issues has set them back a month, and Greg still can't get Brenda to sign off on the cherry blossoms.
I don't necessarily like the way it takes over the entire space. Now I've committed to having a frickin' cherry blossom on my wall.
The reason we selected a cherry blossom is it's extremely delicate, feminine, pretty. It's just as an antidote to this rough and ready joists and real raw construction. This is like, screen doors.
Worse than my kid's science
Doesn't
project.
do anything.
Worse.
Brenda has a more irreverent image in mind.
We wouldn't be in this pickle as much, per se, if we just chose an icon or something that was a bit of a twist. Colonel Sanders, whatever. That's what I think. There's something about me that's bratty, and I can't behave in a meeting because there's just some part of me, aging, rebellion, whatever. I don't know what it is, but I've got to have something in here that says, oh, we're not that serious. We're very serious about something, but we're not goofs.
That irreverence is part of Süsser's genius as well. He combines serious skill with an element of surprise.
Now you need to do mise en place.
And the biggest surprise could be the Lee menu. So far, no one has any idea what's on it.
The menu doesn't exist. He's mentioned like three things. It would be good if we sort of had some kind of a clue, but that doesn't matter. Like I have the ultimate faith, and nobody's bugging him.
When Süsser creates the menu, his protege, Jay Carter, will take over as executive chef. And the longer Süsser takes, the less time Jay will have to train his staff.
I mean, all my staff is brand new. Some of them are quite green to the industry in general.
It's only 2 weeks before opening, but Süsser has left town seeking inspiration.
Süsser decided Saturday to go to Prague. That's like Süsser. He went to the Prague Deli on Queen. It's really nice, and he's in Prague now.
Now, Brenda's on her own and the pressures are mounting.
What are we looking at here, guys? Why am I looking at samples of things? Is everything not decided already?
No.
And she's not just opening a restaurant, she's raising 3 boys.
Just tell him to brush his teeth before he leaves the house, okay? Dirty little thing, because he didn't brush them last night.
At least she and Greg have finally settled on an image for the scrim.
19 birds.
They're foot high. Tall.
They're a little bigger than that, about 18 inches.
Budgies have the kitsch appeal Brenda wants. Now they just have to get them on the scrim. And there's some doubts about the printer.
How quickly can he turn it around?
2 to 3 days. I asked him for a sample. The guy was supposed to produce a sample, which I haven't seen yet.
Says he's going to produce a sample. So far, he hasn't even sent you a sample. Well, that bodes well. Gee, he looks like a keener. It makes me nervous, right?
Greg calls the printer.
So you're going to get the material tomorrow. You'll print it out on Thursday. And if you could give me your email address, we'll send you all our contact information. Go ahead. I think these guys have got to stop what they're doing. They got to set up.
Yeah, I know.
There's a whole story.
I know, but it's a week later, and Alex or somebody could have done that already. Right? That's my frustration.
Well, we asked the guy.
Yeah, but nobody followed it up. And this is what I want to see if it's Marcus. I don't care. I want someone to feel the urgency that I feel that this has to be done by Wednesday. That's my issue.
Make no mistake about it. The urgency of the situation is very well felt by everybody.
Well, I don't feel it from anybody, actually, to be honest with you.
And things get worse when Brenda sees the kitchen, minus any equipment.
I don't know anything about kitchen equipment, and I don't even give a shit about it. It's not my department. Maybe that takes 4 weeks for all I know to hook it up. Hello? Just put a pair of shorts on him and a t-shirt and give him his tooth. Just get him to brush his teeth. That's all I'm asking you. Okay, goodbye. This part is beyond my control, and if they're not done, then, you know, at a certain point, it's like, to hell with all of you. I hate you all.
I got to speak to Joy about that.
Because
Well, he doesn't like the ledge there.
you got to be an idiot to walk on that.
It's 1 week to Lee's opening. Souser's back, and the first scrim has finally arrived.
The boss is here.
Looks cute, eh?
That is so cool.
Does that bird not have a tail, or is that my imagination?
No, I think the tail went up.
Okay.
I like it. I like it looks like a workmanship in there.
Yeah.
Scrim or no scrim, they can't open without their permits, and the building inspector isn't satisfied.
He just had one issue with the stair. I got to speak to Joy about that.
Because
Well, he doesn't like the ledge there.
you got to be an idiot to walk on that.
Meanwhile, the Lee menu still hasn't made its way out of Souser's head and onto paper.
I cannot think food. I see all this hard material. I just can't do it.
Minor concerns are inhibiting his creativity.
And I keep thinking about this hole, I must get them to block it. So little things like that, it was getting a little bit neurotic. I had a little anxiety last night. It's so petty, all these little things. I said to myself, why am I doing this?
It's 3 days till opening, and the dining room is in chaos. The scrims are creased, and the synthetic tabletops aren't up to spec.
The tabletops were really expensive, and after they were made, somebody said that plates would scratch them, which, I don't know about you, but that might have been something to mention beforehand.
Greg suggests covering them with sheets of clear plastic.
Now, whether that's surely to God, it means you have to glue that down and it's easy to pull off after.
My understanding of it was that it was to be loose laid.
Well, that's stupid, so that doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'd really like to find out about what they say about the creases. I really don't know. I'm so over it at this point. I just can't even, I don't know. I wish all these people would leave. It's like I've had a guest at my house for way too long.
Unfortunately, these guests are here till the bitter end, striving to meet the building inspector's demands. It's 1 day to opening, and the building inspector gives Lee a pass. Souser has just finalized the menu. Now, he only has to teach the entire staff how to make it.
All of you, come and see what I do here. Okay, don't be shy, don't feel intimidated. We gotta learn this. I always said to my staff, I spend more time with you than my kids. You better listen. What other vegetables do we have, Jay? We can put some in this soup. How about some peppers? Peppers? Corn, peppers? Corn, yeah. We're gonna get some corn. Okay. Yeah. So basically, shrimp, vegetable, and herb, bring everything boiled, and basically you're done. Any question, guys? We gotta talk here. No? Okay.
For the next 10 hours, Souser burns through an astonishing range of dishes.
Now, when you drop all these sprouts, I want it looks like around it, and that's it. And you can serve it. The only thing is, you must making sure not overdressing with this. Fresh parsley, I need some fresh parsley, guys. No, whole leaf. You almost like sprinkle so little. When you over putting this in, it kills the whole soup. They can't taste the watermelon, they can't taste the apple. Okay, guys, that is the key.
While the kitchen crew struggles to commit the menu to memory, Brenda tries to forget how far she is over budget.
Hi, Mark. Not saying it. I can't. It's too painful. It just makes me feel like puking. We're 2 months behind in opening, and I just want to get open and get going and have some cash flow, and then say next time I won't spend that much money. But There's no point worrying about that now. We're there. We're in deep. What time do you think all the lights will be up?
Probably not today.
No pun intended. Can you just hold that door for 1 sec?
It's 8 hours till Lee's opening. Brenda is hoping, with the right lighting, the creases in the scrim will appear to disappear. The fragile tabletops she'll have to live with.
If the protective coating is here, presumably one could probably
protect.
scrub this, right?
Yeah, you think, but let me
Okay,
call him.
yeah.
And there won't be any alcohol to soften the blow. Their liquor license hasn't come through, but Brenda's throwing a party anyway.
I'm coming whenever the hell I want to, and I'm coming with 6 kids.
Now, it's a matter of rounding up friends and family last minute.
Can you call Jake Richland? Thank you.
Susur, meanwhile, is rounding up supplies. For now, the kitchen's in Jay's hands.
This whole project, you don't have time for right now. Duck, chicken, garlic, park this on top of it, bring it downstairs, put it in a cooler, okay?
What time do you think all the lights will be up?
Probably not today.
No pun intended.
Smack, 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 okay?
With so many small plates on the menu, kitchen prep is serious business.
Then we're gonna strain this, then we're gonna do the potato, then we're gonna set up the polenta, okay? And then I cut this size and drape it on the top. Okay. I'm worried it's gonna be a little too oily.
Go all the way up first. I want to see it. Let's come down a little bit. A little higher. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
The guests who overstayed their welcome will be here one more night.
Boys, tonight you're all invited for dinner. For real.
If there's something to clean, then clean it. I'm looking around, everyone's standing around at one point. Get something done, we have an hour.
Don't go crazy.
I already am. I'm very strong about what would happen tonight. As long as you know there was something gone wrong, and we're going to correct it. That is our goal tonight.
The first guests arrive bearing teddy bears.
Hi, how are you? You think a teddy bear with you? That's smart, huh?
Are you gonna sit and have something to eat? Come on. Come on, you gotta.
They may be cooking for friends, but this is Susur's restaurant and expectations are high.
Chef, you gotta give me a recap of what you need. I need yogurt and chili bean chutney and a pork dumpling. Yeah. Where's my peanut sauce, Jay? Yeah, refry this for me. Pork dumpling, anytime, Jay. 10 seconds.
I can need it right now, Betsy, please.
And you owe me a deep fried squid and 2 more balls right now. 45, come on, let's go.
It was an excellent meal. I think it's a great concept. I think it's fun, very unique flavors. Likes to mix a lot of different flavors.
But now we know exactly what we have to do. We have our position, we have our ingredient. It's just a matter of bringing it to the beautiful, beautiful plate. So now it's all happiness.
Lee's future looks bright, but will the success of the new restaurant be the end of the old one?
To think that he would give up really high-end cooking where he could use truffles at will and this and that, because you couldn't do that here because it's not cost effective. So to expect him to abandon that is perhaps a bit much, but what I'm happy with is that I feel that I've provided an opportunity for him to just have to admit that he loves to work.
Make me another jug quick.
You could probably do 3 of these and work much less than you did and make more money, but now he's forced to say, I just love to work, and that's all there is to it.
Give me that peanut sauce.
The jury's out, the decision has come back, and he's guilty on all accounts as far as I'm concerned.
Find more at fineliving.com. Real information for real people.